So welcome back. So in this tutorial, you plan to cover extrude command in great detail. So first, before going to extrude command, we will understand some basics regarding polyline, because for we will have to use polyline concept to create extrude any object. So basic shape should be in polyline. So what is the difference between line and polyline? So whatever object we create using line command is a separate object. Each object is a separate individual object. If we select one line, so each line is a separate line. Whereas when we create some object using polyline, that object is a single object. If we see now this object, this is a single one object, whereas these are the separate lines. So that is the basic difference between polyline and simple line. So you can convert this simple polyline into a simple line using explode command here. If you go explode, select the polyline and just press enter. So your polyline will be converted to simple line. And if you want to convert your simple line into polyline, then you have to go to modify and use pline edit polyline command, pedit command. Just say pedit, then select polyline, but this is not a polyline. Therefore, he asks you, do you want to turn it into one? And by default, Y is there. So just press enter and select joined option and select all the objects, those you want to join, and press enter and say again enter. So in this way, you can convert simple line into polyline. So these are the basics. Those are needed for working with extrude command. So now we want to go to 3D interface. So just click on here, click here and select 3D modeling. So the interface will change to 3D interface. We will just erase these tool palettes. We don't want this. Now here, first we have to switch to our view to southeast isometric. So just select SC isometry. Then this your icon is in between, so you can shift it on the left side using UCS icon command. UCS icon, select the fourth option, no origin. So it will remain on the left side. Then next thing we have to do, okay, so we can create the basic shape. So as we seen, we have to use the polyline command. So in the case of 3D interface, polyline is shifted here and it is at first position. Just click on polyline, then click the start point, make a fit so that it will become orthon, line will come straight, and create a rectangle. You can give parameters directly here. Suppose I want a 10, 10 by 20 by 10 by again by 20. So this rectangle I have created, press enter to come out, and now I want to, this is a polyline object. So just press escape and say extrude. Then he's asking me select object to extrude. Just click on the object, then press enter. Then you have to define in which side you want to go. If you want to go downside, just take your cursor downward, or if you want to go upward, take your cursor upward and give the height, specify the height. So height is 5, press enter. So in this way this object has been extruded. So you can view it in conceptual visual style by clicking on here. So you can view it like a 3D object. So in this way we have extruded this object. Now we want to try the path option. What happens with path option, that we will see. So we will just undo this extrude and we will create one path. We will just undo this and we will keep the working style as conceptual. So whatever is created will be displayed in 3D. So we want to create a path on this surface, suppose. So you have to change the UCS at first. So go to view toolbar and select the UCS. So I want to work on this front plane. So I will just say here front. we want to try the path option, so we will create one path. So we will take a polyline, we will take end of, click on polyline, select end of this object. Suppose we will make the ortho on, so that line will come straight. Then I want some arc, so I will take the arc option, I will give A, and I will make the ortho up, and I will create some arc like this. And to come out I will press enter. So this path has been created, so I will say extrude, select object to extrude, enter, then right click path and click on the path. So it will extrude that shape along that path. So in this way you can use the path option. So you have to draw a path perpendicular to the shape, and you have to extrude the object along a path. So in this way you can use the path option. We will just undo it. Then next thing is how to create a cut using extrude. That is also one of the thing how you can do that. So there is no directly extrude cut command is not available, but you have to use the boolean operations like subtract to create a cut inside a object. Suppose we will just extrude it, then select, enter, give the height. Suppose I want height of 5. So I want to create a rectangular hole at the center of this object. So I will just create a rectangle, suppose rectangle, give the base point. I have to work on the top plane, because I have to extrude vertical. So I will go to view, then I have to say here I want to work on word or top plane. So I will select word, I will come back and I will click on a rectangle, just create a rectangle of desired size. So this rectangle has been created. Then extrude this using extrude command, select object, enter, then give the height, suppose 5 height. Now I have to move this on the center of this, so use the move command. Suppose move, select object, enter. I want the center of this, so I will use object snap tracking so that I can catch the center of this rectangle. So this center has been caught. So I will, same way I will catch the center of this rectangle also. So mid, then I will come back here on this side. Then I will track it and I will go inside. So now it is showing the center. Just click it. So it has been placed at the center of the rectangle. Now I have to create a cut. So I will say subtract. Then I have to select here indicate subtract, select solution surface and region to subtract from. So I want to subtract it from outside surface. Just select the outside object. Then press enter. Then select solution region to subtract. So I want to subtract the internal. So just select the internal and press enter. So in this way you can form the cut using extrude command. So you have to place the object manually and then subtract it, and in this way you can create a cut using extrude command. Suppose now we drawn all the things on the xy plane and we extruded in the z direction. Suppose I want to work on other surface, then you have to go to view and you have to change the UCS. Click on the view panel, then select here. Suppose I want to work on the right plane, so I will say here right. And so here I can create any object on this surface. Suppose I want to create a circle, so I will give C as a shortcut, and I want to create a circle here, then give the radius of 2. So this circle has been created on the surface, on this surface. So I can extrude that circle using extrude command. So I will go back to home, extrude, select that circle, enter, then give the height, how much height you want. Here you can also give the taper angle also, just right click and give taper angle, and suppose I want a taper angle of 5 degree, height of extrusion 5, then just click, just enter. So in this way, this cone has been created using taper angle. In this way you can change your surfaces on which you want to work using UCS command. You select the proper UCS and you can work on that. So in this way you have completed this extrude tutorial. Thanks for joining.